The Decathlon Ultim Comfort sleeping pad is, as the name suggests, very comfortable. However, it might not fit into your tent. The dimensions of the pad are not exactly as specified. So in this video, I will show you how this pad fits into different tents. I have two of these pads, and we'll look at a 4-person tent, a 3-person tent, a 2-person tent, and even a solo tent. So to start off, I'll set up these two sleeping pads in this Hilleberg Keron 4GT. We are now inside the Hilleberg Keron 4GT. This is a 4-person tent. The tent is 2 meters wide and 220 long. As you can see, the two sleeping pads are taking up most of the space. You can fit 3 sleeping pads in here, so you can squeeze it in a bit. This is a long, wide sleeping pad from Exped. It does fit in between or to one of the sides, but you will not be able to fit 3 of the Decathlon sleeping pads in here. One thing you might want to do is to flip them horizontally. So now with the pad set up horizontally, you can make it work, but as you can see, it is a very, very tight fit. There isn't any space left. It is possible, if you set up the sleeping pads like this, to have 3 of the Decathlon pads in here. So this is inside the Kaitum 3 from Hilleberg. The tent has a tapered design, which means that the head and foot end are slightly shorter and the middle section is a bit larger. So the 2 pads fit perfectly into this tent, and you will have a bit of extra space in the center. And although this is officially a 3-person tent, there is no way you will fit 3 large sleeping pads in here. I just put the Exped sleeping pad on top so you can see how this would look like. So now we're inside the Hilleberg Staika, and this is where things start to get interesting. The tent is 140 centimeters wide, and the Decathlon sleeping pads are 70 centimeters, so you would think this would be okay. However, as you can see, the pads really do not fit. This is because the pad itself isn't 70 centimeters wide, it's actually 74 centimeters. The sleeping area of the pad is 70 centimeters, but with some extra padding on the sides, it ends up being 74. This year, Decathlon have released a new 2-person version of this pad. That one is 130 centimeters wide, so this could be a good alternative if you want to use it inside of a tent like this. So it is possible to fit the Decathlon sleeping pad with an Exped long, wide sleeping pad inside of the Hilleberg Staika. It is a tight squeeze, but it does fit. And now last but not least, this is the Hilleberg Soulo, and the sleeping pad fits into here perfectly. As you can see, it is of course a tight fit. The tent is slightly narrower than the sleeping pad, but because it's a tapered design, you have a bit of extra space in the corners, and with that you can make it fit.